Right, some more energy, some more passion towards his. Give it up. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Maybe I'll be there at that stage soon. In fact, it's cost.
Yeah, and do read the book.
I just passed a job on it's good.
That's my favorite subject.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Karthi, and congratulations and all the very best to you. Now, just to keep the time in check, every single time the speakers come up. Now, we have our buddies right there in the corner. They will show up the time chase. If you've got 5 minutes, whoever comes in here, I want you all to take a look at the straight. Can I? Yes. So there's Denson out there who will show you the time, right? If you've got 3 minutes left, or if your time's up, you need to follow that to ensure that we also wind up on time, right? The dinner is also waiting for us. Without wasting any further time, I'd like to invite Nelson, the energetic man who's been roaming around, right? Massive energy. Give it up for Nelson. He is the CEO of Cxo Summit, founder of Film Technologies, Startup Mechanics, Honey Technologies, Facebook developers, Circles, and Lead. Oh my God, so much under his belt already. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. And he's been walking with a lot of energy already. Yeah, over to you. Oh, you want to use this?
Yeah, no, it's good. Okay, first of all, I have to take a long break because it's been like 3 weeks. I had a sleepless night. I reached most of the delegates here through their personal phone number, the email. I went to the office to get them convinced here, right? A lot of people never do me much, but in the last 4 years, I've been an entrepreneur and I have 140 employees. And without raising 1 rupee from any investors, I founded the company called Tech and Servicing Startups Company. And with a lot of support, and I take the moment first to thank them all, because without their support and without their kind of a guidance, connects, I'm not been reached here. So for me, first of all, I have to thank people like Abhay. Abhay is here, I know him like last 3 years with ecosystem. Whenever I approach for the business or connection, they will refer me and say, Nelson is there in the Bangalore, you go and meet him, he will help you out. Then Nitin said, it's like both are like brothers, so they always stood with me. I call them anytime, ping them anytime, I ask them, I want you guys. They've been for me in backroom support. And B.R. Anand sir is my board of director for FAME. When he came on board, he helped me to raise team from 4. Now we have 58 people in it, in just 8 months of time. And last but not least, last 2 years I began this man. Every time I call, I ping him, he responds back. And today, he walked out from the biggest forum, he got the award for the best CTO for the year. And he told, I'm giving up because you called me and you're my boy, I'm here. Ravindra was today. And totally I want to thank the forum and also Sangeet from Invite Emery, Rajesh, Amit and Sushma ma'am. And a non-black kind of a sister I see, Shraddha, the way whenever I promise he only talks, I do, we'll do, what do you want? Give me the motivation spirit. Always, whenever I go to the office, you want to talk? Okay, talk to them, get done for you, what do you want? Over. So I see the friendly environment. And today, I want to announce the Saarc Summit is going to happen in India at Bengaluru on month of May. The date we will be announcing on February. And before that, I want to tell what JSS are. So we'll just take you through the video, the brand video of JSS are. Okay, technically it's fitting out. Good. So, last 2 years, I struggled to be an entrepreneur, given up a fancy job from Microsoft, Yahoo, EMC Square.
For billions of years, we waited to embrace our full potential. Slowly, we started exploring the world around us. We became organized and skilled. We learned the language of nature. This empowered us to create unbelievable things. With the digital age, our development became exponential. We have become masters of our world. But it comes with a great responsibility. The responsibility lies with those who master technology. With their vision and innovation, they will shape our future. We have made it our mission to find that 1%.
So, a lot of people might, when I invite, might thought this kind of some meat, steaks or dinner. But I don't want to put them very serious note. The reason is, here I have called the people who are really influenced and the right people from the ecosystem I have brought here. To understand they are really like to contribute in the ecosystem or just they are being a face of the ecosystem. To me to understand, because I'm taking this entirely core team to the Saarc Council and also the Global Awards. I'm the co-founder also for GSA now. To be taking care, we're going to bring Nordic, Central European, Azon, Rice Bowl, South Africa, and Australia together from all the countries, startups, enterprises, businesses together to create a platform. This is a non-profit. We're not trying to create another revenue channel. We are not in that business. As I'm an entrepreneur and I already founded my 3 companies, I have my base, I have my passion to drive. This is something I want to do for the contribution towards the ecosystem. Everyone talks about tier 2, tier 3, but there's nothing happened in the last 5 years. We are boomed in Metro City, we create a channel everywhere. We talk about all the technologies, but still our engineering and education are far behind when we talk about anything we are AI, or even they don't have basic of HTML and CSS. I come from a town called Madurai, basically Tamil Nadu, and I'm not an engineer from a grad. I'm a BBA and MBA, but I start coding on my own passion from 8th grade. I learned technology, understand the technology, then I'm becoming working with an organization like Yahoo, handling a super user, I'm being able to get your accounts and see everything. Whenever I go before the forum and talk to people, they just think I'm a kid. But I'm 29 years old, I made my pivot and I proved a lot of people in the ecosystem. Facebook found me before 2.5 years and they met me in the Bangalore and they want me to lead the developer circle. And putting my story on developer.facebook.page with my picture, what I want to create. Even Mark knows what we're trying to do in India and they talk about everything. But in India, that kind of culture, when you come with a front page, then you are the hero. And you are the rock star. That's a fact which I've been saying. To change that, I collaborated with them. I want to create a forum for elevate every people who are ambitious to do. And today, I'm gathering you all to request to support me. I'm not asking monetary, but I want the guidance. I want the input, your experience, your knowledge. Because Saarc Cxo Summit is not a small version. It's not going to be small. Really, from the last 1.5 years, our Indian government is trying to create that channel. It's not happening. So, putting effort with a couple of other partners, I'm creating a forum. And along with me, I found some couple of people who can help me out in the core team because I know everyone can't contribute full time. So I'm Anand sir. He joined as a chief strategy officer, as helping me to get all the strategy across the field, and Nitin Bhai and Abhi both helping me in advisory for the ecosystem and innovation. They're going to guide me through how to run and show. Today they asked me a question, Nelson, everyone talk about things, what they're going to do and what we're going to do here. I told, we will collect the input from everyone and you guys jot on, tell me, and I will get to the right people and get implemented. And Josephine, also my sister, my elder one, she's an adapter of HR, she's going to help me as the chief people officer to ensure run the show. And Alok, most of you know him, he is a very young entrepreneur. His first company called Blue Book. I started working with him that point of time, like helping him to promote in my office in EMC Square. He's now part of World Economic Forum. He's the founder director for Next Innovation Labs. And most of the corporates know him very well. He's because of man of innovation. He will help me in heading the entrepreneurship panel for me too. Thanks all. So people here, there are few people already there. And already I want to say Ravindra sir is a jury for the GSA Saarc startup. He's onboarded before, nothing happened before like 1.5 years. He didn't ask me any question. He said, you approach me, I'm there for you, tell me what you want to do, tell me the time. And that point of time he added, still is with me. Ashish Kashif, the GoIQ founder, also being with me and helping me to narrate everything here. And we have Swati Kashkar, co-founder, and also we have Adarsh, and we have a couple of more people in the jury. So far we have 3,000 nominations received from 8 countries. And again, to revamp, we're going to create a new nomination system, and we're going to open on December 31st is the nomination we opened for the May. And the key presenter for this award will be Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of Apple, will be here on personal note to present and part of the hackathon and mentor the top 200 participants across the 8 countries. And with all your support, I want to do, and how I'm going to do the grand finale, we'll show you a small which what we done in the Malaysia. So, someone I brought a guest, I brought you guys all from here, but I wanted to bring the group CEO from the Europe. So, he's going to be here with us in the video call. So, can we give him a talk or Kim, everyone can listen you can go ahead.
Hello everyone. It's here online. And the funny story is that I have a special love for India and I chose to study in India. Back in 2010, I was studying in India in Gurgaon. And since then I have also been to India quite a few times after that. And I'm not sure how much Nielsen has already explained about Global Startup Awards, so I think I will just start with the very beginning. And everything started back in the Nordic, back in 2011. And back then there was not really such a, how can you say, developed ecosystem in the Nordic countries. And we were community builders and we organized startup weekends, which were quite new in Denmark at that point. And we kind of realized that through a startup weekend, it was such a powerful way to get the ecosystem together, because you will find investors, you found developers, you found the business guys, and we also realized that we attracted people from Sweden and from Norway. So we kind of felt that we needed a stronger platform, simply so we could connect to the other Nordic countries, so we could get access to data, get relationships, figuring out who are the good investors, who are the new founders, what kind of technologies are coming up in Sweden versus Denmark. So we developed this concept we call the Nordic Startup Awards. So on one side, obviously, it's an award show. It's very much community driven. I don't know if Vincent's going to show some videos and some numbers, but it's very much supported by the community. And then on the business side, it's a platform. Of course, it's a very strong platform for connecting the community, but it's also a platform for connecting investors. For example, the Nordic Band, which is an angel network of Nordic investors. And by having side events around the grand finale where startups can matchmake with investors and actually get something out of it that is besides the promotion and the connections. The platform has also developed into programs, so it could be related to market entry, or it could be programs. You have all the right people involved, because running the competition, it means that you have to involve a lot of individuals all the way down to the grassroots level. So even people that organize small meetups and so on, they will be involved as ambassadors to make sure that they get all the right information. I don't know if it sounds a bit crazy now. So basically you have this award show, which is not a, how can you say, unique thing. Unique thing is the whole platform that has a regional play. So what happened after the Nordic is that we realized that having a regional competition is a really, really powerful way to collect this data and to connect people, because you like to compete, against your neighbors. So the year after, we copied the whole concept, and instead of forcing, a specific brand down, we kind of did it a bit in a way that we have a local team that runs the region. They get their own visual identity that you develop together, so they take ownership of that. And then we started expanding to different regions. And it means that next year, we're going to, of course, have the Saarc region, the South Asian region. We have Southeast Asia, which is already running. We have Central Europe, which is already running. We have the Nordic, which is run since 2012. Then we have the Southern Africa, which is a really interesting region, and it completely blew my mind how much interest there was locally for this kind of initiative that can give an excuse for people to connect across the borders in the southern part of Africa. And then we also gonna onboard two new regions, which is South Europe, and then what we call Euro-Asia region, which is the partnership countries for the EU, and then it's Turkey and Russia. So the whole bell down between Europe and Asia. So on one side we have the platform, which is copied in each region, and then on the top of that we have the global network. So we have a global competition as well, but it also means that we can run programs on a global level. So let's say that together with local partners in India, that we could create a program within, let's say, rural tech or edutech. Then we can connect the dots to the other regions and find technologies that might fit into some of these pains that products in India can solve. So let's say that there's a big demand for edutech, then maybe there might be technology outside India that can somehow help founders and investors in India in joint collaborations or new companies or market entry. And the same the other way from India and out. So that's kind of the story. And it's really exciting that we can we can now launch the new region in the Saarc region together with our good partner there. And it's a bit funny to talk to the audience because you're very pixelated and I cannot get any feedback on people. But I'm really happy that Lisa could greet you all, and I will definitely come to India in the next few months and hopefully meet some of you as well in real life.
Thank you.
Is there any, you're welcome. Is there any questions that I can be helpful with?
Yep, any more question? Yeah, we can ask because Kim ran a drone company. That's basically their task, and they already done last 6 years in bridging Nordic and Central European rice, and they made successfully did the platform and elevated a lot of people. If there's anything you guys want to see, ask and ask him. He'll love to connect with you guys also. I think the questions are not that Kim. Probably once we kick start, there'll be a lot of questions come to your emails. Probably you can answer that. Okay, Kim, so there's no any questions, so I will take it up from here. Thank you, Kim, for the call.
See you. Have a good event.
Yeah. So, with the help of Kim, I'm able to bring this other countries together. And Saarc, I worked with them and I got them on board. Now, I have a platform, I have other countries support and startup and ventures. But the ecosystem here, as I mentioned, I'm not in any front page and I'm not in any hours category. But you guys are achieved and you have more experience and knowledge. And I need your support and guidance to bring the exact ecosystem together. And hope and complete here. And today is the start. I have to have a fireside chat with a woman. I see she's like my inspiring entrepreneur for me. When I used to read your story, that I came to know a lot of insight about what startups does, who gets finance and who are the rock stars. And the editorial team, like especially the brain, they do the live for all the young startups, brought them showcasing them on their platform where 1.6 million users are there. And I see her as always in a non-debt system. I always go and ask for help. So today also I'm going to ask the same help on the stage to her to support me with the fireside chat. Please give a welcome to Sharda Sharma, founder of your story. For the king, for the queen, I'm going to be just a minister. No, that's you both going to do. No, I'm going to leave that. So, actually, we got to do with Ravinder also, but Ravinder, I want Sharda to ask you because more than they know each other a lot and understand the technology, Ravinder does robotics in robotics and innovation. I think she's the person to talk him more, but I want to ask you entrepreneurship questions. Yeah, I can do that. You can do that. Sure. So, yes. So, your story, everyone knows a bit, but I want to understand being a woman when you started from working as a professional editorial level and moving and starting your own stuff. A lot of people doesn't know your story so much here. Can I'll clear that out for you. How many of you know how your story started? Very few. So, yeah, here very few, not most. How definitely in the ecosystem everyone knows how Sharda is powerful. We say that next to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Sharda is powerful in India. We say the statement and we agree with the statement. So, can you just take us through your story, how it's been?
First of all, thanks for having me here. I just want to clarify, I have no clue about the event. I don't know why. I came to the event because I thought you were also coming to the event and I met him basically and thought I would catch up over here. So I'm sorry, not aware what is the event, but the good thing is I saw this expensive place and it was amazing and it had made me inspirational and one day I should have the money to buy that. What I saw, it was too much and it was amazing and I'm, yeah, so yeah, I'm here and it's good, all the best what you're doing and I got to know today what you are doing, so it is amazing. So yeah, and my story is you should say my story, you know me. Yeah, my story is like it's 10 years old. I started in 2008. Before that, I was with CNBC at Times of India. Started it in Bombay, Mumbai, to tell stories of people, and that's why the name Your Story. Telling stories, we've done 80,000 stories in the last 10 years. Reached 10 million people, 120 million on social media. Launched in Germany, hopefully soon in China. Launched in Korea. Yeah, I'm excited and happy to be doing what I'm doing.
So, 10 years journey, met more than 4,000 startups.
Yeah.
So, I have this question. We see always a start and failure. That's a very common in the industry and ecosystem. Keeping everything together, creating the forum and the ecosystem. Now you just said, Ravinder knows, Rajesh, everyone knows, that the way of creating the channel is very tough to do everyone. That's make you today the rock star in the ecosystem. I want to be very informal. That is I didn't want to tell the people very serious about the topic. Because we see challenges and today a lot of people think, today whatever is happening is in their life is going to, it's already in the Nordic and every country people are watching, we created a challenge. So we want to showcase our ecosystem rock stars. So how you face the challenge and keeping the hold and always the your story is being the story of every startup. That's how we do it.
How did I face challenges?
So how you keep able to keep together the 10 years, all your ecosystem close together and created the your story and the story of every startup. It's very tough, right? Running an intelligence in the media industry, a lot of people fail. I think a lot of offline magazine, online magazine is failing. But I never seen your story every time we have seen the people go back and wait and they see there's a platform to be known what's happening in the system. How that's?
So that I would say that that's a very classical thing, no? That it's like some ads or some music, you don't like it, but you constantly keep listening to it, keep hearing it all the time, then you start liking it. So I think because we've been here for 10 years, I think people have no option but to like us, right? So we survived 10 years, I think the magic or the beauty which I always say is that we survived 10 years and that's the award, that's the reward, and the next 10 years if we are able to do that, we will stay put. And sometimes all these quotes and all you hear, the last man when someone was giving up, someone was standing, I think we just kept on standing. And I think sometimes you don't have to do any rocket science and anything, but just keep standing. It's like getting up, brushing your teeth and going to the office or anything, doing that every day and we've done that every day. And the second thing is just not listen. Just being a little mad, I don't listen to anyone. I don't care if you say I'm on the front page, I'm a rock star, or I'm a stupid failure, or someone knows me, someone doesn't know me, doesn't really matter. Because it matters when you are in your 20s, but when you get to your 20s, you know what happens with age. You don't care it does. Because I don't care. I'm not looking for approval and acceptance, and that's one of the journeys that you make as an entrepreneur. Because you start somewhere to have that kind of a validation. कि लोग मुझे थोड़ा पसंद करें, appreciate करें. But after that, the biggest journey you have to make is get validation from your own self, in your own heart, in your own soul, in your own nights, and in your own days about your own self, feeling good and okay and powerful and healed with your own self. And I think I do that, and everyone who's in your story feels that, and they feel that joy. But I think our job is very therapeutic, listening to people, telling their stories, and for 10 years the privilege and the honor to listen to some of the biggest people in the country, outside, and to young startups who just started with idea. I think it's a great privilege and a great honor, and it keeps us very positive, excited, and I think, young and happy, and blessed.
So, that's a great answer. Today, just for the one day, to bringing around 46, so my life got into depth. Like, honestly, calling and following, I'm not able to even survey for like a day. But tech sparks, and you've been able to bring everyone, bring all the people and get synergies.
I have to tell you the thing, I'm very impressed with you honestly because you could, without doing anything, you could get so many people all of a sudden. Like how we are here is a mystery to me. We're all here. Like how smartly you got all of us here is the biggest, I think I can do a case study on this. Like I have no clue about the event. nothing. I know this guy and I'm here. You know, today I had meeting with my investors and I'm thinking, चलो नहीं जाते हैं तो फिर लगा वहाँ से elite मेरी team ने like go. But anyways, coming back to this is. I think you should feel very lucky and you should feel very confident about yourself, that you're so confident and amazing that you could pull this off together. Because for me, it's 2018 and I'm getting to sit in front of boys and people like you because it took me 10 years. Nobody trained me, nobody wanted to sit next to me, nobody gave me a meeting. And it took me 10 years, and TechSpass, which gets 5,000 and plus people, it took me 8 years. Rajesh knows for many years, I've been doing it for 8 years, and this year was 9th year for doing TechSpass. So 9 साल में तो बेशर्मी होगी ना कि इंडिया में 5,000 लोग नहीं हैं, तो वो तो बनता है. So that's why. So I need to learn from you.
No, to be honest, how you said I'm lucky when you're not able to get before 10 years because you guys gone through a certain challenges. We understand we should not go through. That's why people are here for me. I say that not only for me, I have a lot of other entrepreneurs with me here. We see that challenge is not happening because you guys being role model and you role models to your face. So I'll agree, I'll pick in that point. And the last question before I'm going to put you and Ravi, and like I have a constant verified. Chalo, what do you think in next 2 years? What as a young entrepreneurs or young community leaders, what we have to do and what we have to build? What do you think? Where we have to focus on?
I don't know. I cannot give advice and I can't predict because I don't believe in it. You know, it's like being young. I always feel that there's a purpose. We are all born differently. We have different footprints. We have different DNAs, and we have all different journeys. Some people like me say, oh, we have to become $1 billion company. And to me, it doesn't even excite like $1 billion. मुझे लगता है कि कम से कम 9 करोड़ का घर देखें 15 करोड़ का वही देख के बहुत बड़ा एक्साइटमेंट लगता है. So for all, so I always think, oh, मेरे पास अगर 10 करोड़ होगा तो मैं बहुत रिच हो जाऊंगी. कोई सोचेगा $1 billion हो कि भी I get so many who are so sad. So I would just tell entrepreneurs that chart your own journey, but it just doesn't matter. Just don't base it on front page and touching on stage and all that. It's nonsense because age passes, we're all going to that. We just need to enjoy it. And nobody cares a damn about that. Like, look at the elections this year. Look at everything. Look at Saarc Cxo Summit. Everything which was big is nonsense this year. Like, this year is very interesting because it's proved that nobody is a permanent hero. That nobody, be it Jimmy Bansal, Sachin Bansal, or be it whoever. And whoever we looked up to as superstars, that superstars are, it's a superstar is a very tricky place. And I also have to say to all the entrepreneurs that आपको stage पे लोग बैठाने लगे तो डरना शुरू कीजिए because उतने जल्दी उतारेंगे. Because it's always I always feel कि stage पे जो बैठ गया तो बहुत खतरनाक place है. And that is something you realize. See, I've been here, I've been in media for a long time. So me, I understand that very well. And that's what I would say to all of us, to realize that जब तक success is सब है नहीं है तो नहीं है. You have called me today because I'm supposedly whatever. ठीक है, वहाँ पे हम गए जब घर खरीदने देखने and the person was showing us, I told Nilira, my colleague, is there? Yeah, I said, yeah, take the number, we will call. I said, hey, भैया हमारे पास 1 करोड़ नहीं है. ये जो 9 crores, 10 crores, I'm like, yeah, okay, and all these furnishings, 26 crores, 16, doesn't matter. That too is expensive. But anyways, the point is, live your own journey and don't care a damn about anyone else. And just love people and be authentic and just be love you might not be the best person in the room, but you will. You are going to see. For me, the whole thing is, I will have a chapter in my life and say, hey, I was the victim of my own story because my life has been very tough, very painful, and very hard. And I could come on stage and say that I'm the victim of my story. But to me, I always say, I'm the queen of my story. So I want to of my story. And I love it. Love that. Yeah.
And to be honest, I would say before meeting you and knowing you much more, people always said that Shraddha is very tough person. But after knowing you, I said no. And I heard from a couple of people, they said that when you were on the panel, you was your friend, I don't forget the name, you were chatting, we were both chatting on the panel, we were chatting from the audience level, discussing about what's fun on. So the reality is people say oh someone tough but they never, but they really actually to be loved and you are such a lovable person.
But Nansen, I will take this as a compliment because I think being tough is being so extraordinary. And I think we should be. And I'm so happy. It's my compliment because my investors say I'm not tough. Employees, some say I'm tough, some say I'm not tough. So I'm always constantly listening to all this nonsense. So I'm happy that you said this is okay.
No, I actually to be honest, that's more than that we can approach that. We fear to approach people, but just make us to take a step forward.
Ooh, someone like you, I think you've approached all of us and got us here. We all need to learn from you.
Thank you so much. And I think what I want you to have under the talk is Ravinder recently done something very innovative with Vistara robotics. That was a lot of ambition. I want you to know what he's going to do next in 5 years as a personally the man into more innovation. So I'm going to leave you the stage. So Ravinder, we request you to on stage. Come on, here are the up here. Chalo.
Yeah, so just to set a context, I met Ravinder a month or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I don't know how to say.
Last time, so one of the reasons why I was not meeting him for 2 years, Nelson, is because he will always call me Ravinder. Last time when somebody called me Ravinder was my school teacher who used to teach me history, and she was extremely strict. So people call me Ravi. You know that. You know that very well. So let's start with that. And I'm just a developer and engineer. I'm not, I'm just trying to be a teacher now because my IQ is on decline. I'm 42 now. So IQ usually declines when you are 34. So my IQ is in decline. So when I write code, I cannot write code faster. Hopefully, fabrication and robotics is much more a lesser brain game, much more of a skill. So that's what I'm saying. So there are a lot of accomplished people like you over here. I'm just an engineer. Only sexy thing about me, I can fly an aircraft.
I have to say something. I can say that something that happens post-50 also.
No, but
After the party saying IQs coming down, I had to speak. I had to say the curve goes up fast.
But maybe it would be for men, it might just be. Very understandable. No, but very happy to meet you, and you know that I'm here because I knew that you're going to be coming here. Just to set the context, I met him for the first time like a month or 3 weeks or 4 weeks back in Delhi, and we had a very interesting conversation. And I really, what I took away from that conversation with you was something very interesting. That here is the guy. See, I met him as a CXO of Vistara and all that, as a person who connected us from Kalari and all that. But when I met him, what I took away from you is, you are saying you're just an engineer, but I thought you not just as an engineer, but I thought you were an engineer with a lot of depth, and an engineer whose heart is in the right place in terms of doing something amazing for India, and the story which I took from you, and I would love if you can share it with everyone, is on the 2 times you flew and the experience you had. In the same circumstances, different experiences when you were in your rescue operation. We should begin with that because that will set the context in terms of there is a life. The innovation is sab sahi hai, but ek zindagi hai, and what you experience.
And let's start with the outcome is that sometimes when we do same set of activities, and those set of activities result in same outcome. Perception or results, there's a difference between an outcome and a result. Result may be entirely different, right? That's the whole context. My parents are still alive and they are proud of me, not because I used to be a very good engineer, but they are proud because only of one thing, that I have this skill of flying. I can fly certain aircrafts which can rescue people. And hopefully that is the only, guarding points which I'm going to gain out of my life. When everybody dies, I totally agree. Everybody has to die. I don't think anyone would love to live forever. I think that's us. That's not something anyone will aspire. Any wise person will aspire.
We are something like 15-40. यहाँ पे बहुत ज्ञान लोग हैं, तो we are applying this.
So how many people are less than 30 years disrespecting you? So I'll make it. So I'll make it a little bit. Okay. So I'm a engineer. I build aircrafts. Anyone else? Actually, it's quite a boring thing. A pilot basically sits in a machine. They go in the air, and then very breakthrough ropes or ladder, and they literally pick people and they bring them into an aircraft. Now, the context which Shraddha has set up over here, this was an earthquake in Nepal, long back. I think most people should remember that because that was a tough earthquake. Okay, and it is an amphibian aircraft. I will not go into the technical details of that aircraft. And I was flying that, and a couple of my colleagues, they went down, and they picked up 4 people. It can accommodate 5 people, and the 5th one was a pregnant woman. And they decided not to pick her up. They said that, look, we have to go, Ravi, you have to go back, and we will do a trip again. I was flying for 17 hours and I was not supposed to take the another one. So somebody else went over there and they rescued the same lady, and I met her in the rescue camp and I met her accidentally. And I was just walking by. Apparently she has seen me because it's at that particular height, and she came to me and I didn't know her, and she slapped me. And she slapped me twice. And she said that you are one of the worst humans I have ever met. I didn't know what happened to me, but sometimes you are either too tired or you are either too arrogant that you don't want to share your shame, so you hide in some corner. So I just went back to my barracks and same thing was in Tamil Nadu, Chennai tsunami, everyone. I did the same thing, similar kind of aircraft. Rescued 4 people. It was my 9th flight in less than 48 hours. Pregnant female. Then I was able to rescue her, and then somebody else was left. He was an old gentleman. And came back again to the resting place, met her whole family, congratulated, and they just hugged me and they said, you are such a brilliant human being, and all that stuff. And the same gentleman met me after that, whom I had left, the old gentleman. He said that you did the right thing. So sometimes when you do same activities, same outcome, but results may be different. I'm extremely grateful that you have mentioned that. I have never figured out anything in my life. I think I've made more mistakes on land, hopefully not in air, otherwise I would be in jail. That also shows that I'm not very intelligent. I don't know the answer, but this is what has happened.
You cracked a very silly joke, but you've not made mistakes in the air. That's why you're sitting here. And we hope that you don't forever, you keep your record like that. But anyways, that story was very important, and I thought everyone should hear this. It was brilliant. That we can't take credit, or we can't take the guilt also, because you did your duty and you did your duty all along. But now coming back, the event is about innovation and startups. Tell us, you were talking about all the innovation and interesting stuff that you're doing in Vistara, if you could talk about that. Otherwise, Nelson will be upset with me because I've not got that topic covered. So, yeah.
Look, I'm not supposed to, use word Vistara and Tata and all that stuff. Anyone from Tata Group? But my job is safe. Okay, so I'm not supposed to. So you are a very important person who's your investor, right? Huge respect for him, by the way. He's one. I'm Ratan Tata. He's also a pilot. He's also a designer. He's also an engineer. Some similarity. So I can boast myself of that. Not in way in a different way. Innovation. So my designation says I'm a chief innovation officer, but that gives me a good salary. Otherwise, there's no importance to that. What we have done lately is a couple of kids, way more smarter than me, understood a very, very astute observation, which not many people in this room do. Even though you touch airline counter, everyone, you are from Indigo, so you may be able to relate what I'm trying to say. I think Indigo faces more is if you actually go to any counter and you look at the face behind that particular counter, rarely you will find a face which is older than 22 years. They are always in the age group of 18, 19 to 22 years. If they are using a normal reservation system, and if you are curious enough that how the ticket is getting or boarding card is getting printed, and if you have a little bit of curiosity left, you will just feel like this. If you do this, you will always find one hand. Okay. So imagine a one hand of an 18-year-old girl, okay, like this, and they fundamentally use 7 keys. Even people who are in airline don't realize that. They use 7 keys, and they use 7 keys for 8 hours, 8.25 hours. If that is the definition of employment, then that means 8.25 hours, 7 keys. Same thing again, that is printing boarding pass. I don't think many people say thank you to them. I have never seen that. Usually people say, hey, can you change my seat? And if they change my seat, a very, very disciplined, for the lack of word or for a nice word, disciplined thank you comes out. Otherwise, it's basically a kind of polite abuse happens, right? Again, the lack of word. So, if this is the definition of India, okay, and if it's the definition of employment of India, where we are saying that after maybe a few years, or when they reach an age of, average age of this particular room, only thing will they get is a very good arthritis and muscle memory, and only muscle memory. I am sorry, and that was my business case for creating a robot. Nothing related to cost, nothing related to revenue, nothing related to productivity, nothing related to anything else. Today it's a different ball game. It has got a brilliant business case. But so I fabricated a robot, and I created a robot, and hopefully that robot will be accepted. Criticisms are there in terms of, oh, it is going to take away jobs, but what kind of definition we are talking about? Usually, as I said, when your IQ is going down, you start teaching, because that's the best way to camouflage that you're not intelligent. And so you learn from your students. So I teach now robotics, and I teach at reasonably decent schools across the globe. But I teach that part of robotics, which is in commodity. So if there are startups over here, I teach several.
You're trying to brag and all that over these.
No, that's because we were having a glass of wine. But I teach. I'm a learning teacher. Okay. So that's what we have done lately. I work with people who are not engineers. I work with people who have got less than 4 months of experience. Usually don't get them easily because they are consumed in their assignments. They are more smarter. The most sexiest thing about this robot, it was actually fabricated by me along with a mechanic who is not even 8th standard pass. It's basically the total cost of a robot is undisclosed. You can't imagine. So my appeal or my request to smart guys who are running startups are to use technologies which make sense for India, which are affordable, and you can quickly scale them up. You can quickly scale them up. And for God's sake, don't buy parts from China. It doesn't make any sense.
That's like a headline. Don't buy plants from China.
We should run for an election.
No, but good to have you. If you guys have any questions for him, then please ask. have any questions, please go ahead and ask. And he's generally saying all this, but a great fun person, very helpful. So you can latch on to him also for any help you might need after this. Yeah. I'm taking the liberty to say this. And Zoom is the guy who's here who connected both of us.
He's the smartest one.
Yeah, actually. And he works in Kalari. So yeah, so you can talk to him also if you're looking at raising money. My God, it's a good move.
Any questions? Anyone? One question can be taken if anyone's got.
No questions.
No.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, give it up. Thank you very much. Extremely moving story, Narendra. Thank you. And I must say, I know you wouldn't care to listen to like calm after knowing what we're doing for 10 years and don't bother. I'll take that from you. Thank you very much. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now it is time for me. We've got a panel discussion. As she rightly said, there's so much of knowledge in here. We've got some more experts coming over. The only request that I have is to keep an eye on my friend, good friend there. He is going to show the time. Just let's keep an eye on the time as well to ensure that we also wind up on time. So the next one that we have is the Startup Ecosystem of 2019. The moderator for this is B.R. Anand. If I may request B.R. Anand to come up on the stage. Is B.R. Anand around? Alright, 2 minutes. While Anand is coming up, let me invite the panel members as well. Nitin Sethi, the panelist member. Give it up for Nitin Sethi. He is the Vice President Digital at Indigo Airlines, former VP Product Design and User Experience of Quikr, Yatra and Naukri. Alright, and he has built robust monetizable products for the biggest internet companies in India. So please give it up for Nitin Sethi. We have Rajendran, the panelist member, Business Solutions Evangelist at Zoho Corporation, inspirational speaker, evocative writer, passionate doer at Zoho since '97. If I may bring up Rajendran. Alright, Abhay Tandon, if I may invite Abhay Tandon, Senior Manager at Innovation and New Capabilities at ABN Bev. He has developed and nurtured extensive skills in sales and development across industries like information technology, financial services, private equity, and venture capital. Can we invite Radesh, CEO and Managing Director at Arca Ventures? Radesh, give it up for Radesh as well. All right, that completes the panel member. Over to you. Thank you.
Check. Thank you so much. I think it's such an inspiring evening. And so when we talk about startup ecosystem, we have seen people writing on a paper, on coffee day and coffee table, taking the investment. And today, people, when they try also, they don't get easily, right? The entire ecosystem is evolving, change the dynamics. So I would like to address the forum, how exactly that ecosystem has learned us to carry forward next decade. What kind of an startup thought process will come? Maybe since we run out of time, so we'll take each one of you to give your insights about the ecosystem.
So just a quick introduction about myself. I run a fund called Arca Venture Labs, and Arca Venture Labs invests in Indian B2B tech startups having markets in the US. And we invest in the startups and then we help them pour into the US for providing combination of funds, mentoring and access to the value ecosystem. It has been formed by three anchor funds as coming in as LPs. One is Blue Ventures, second is BGV, and third is Emergent. And we have already started making investments. We close to investments and we want to make around 20 to 30 investments. Now, coming to the topic. I've been basically looking into a lot of B2B startups over the last 4.5 years. And I would say the next trend, I think it's already picking up, but I think a trend to watch on is basically three trends to probably watch out for is one is AI. second AI and ML, and second is IoT, and third is AR/VR. And AI, actually, if I want to further dissect it, there are three broad categories within AI. One is image recognition, second is natural language understanding, and third is basically speech to text, text to speech. Voice recognition and voice to text, and then basically, so that's basically on the AI side. Machine learning is all about predictive learning. And if I'm probably going to stop here, and I can probably give some more examples of what kind of, at least I'll probably talk about some scenarios which are quite exciting to see. And in the coming years, you can see a glimpse of what would be happening along the same lines. So, for example, if I take AI, a good example which I have kind of seen is how they are processing all the contact center calls and like converting those. The BPO industry, right? So any BPO industry, they say that the voice is being recorded for monitoring, but actually in reality, it's actually they record. I mean, they do a sampling of some data, analyze the data. They don't do it for all. And do the sample analysis, and then they figure out whether the call was right, whether there was sticking to the script or not. But with AI, actually, you can convert the whole conversations into text, and then basically analyze the text in terms of whether there was script-related adherence, or how the tone of the customer was, understanding emotions, and what are the flag points, so whether there's going to be sale that's going to happen, or whether it's cross-sell and upsell. So very good combination of AI, and that's why it's getting used for the retail industry, the contact center industry. So yeah, I've got quite a few scenarios, but I think in the interest of time.
That's fantastic. Abhay, you being in the corporate innovation and now you adding an innovation completely to transform the existing organizational thought process, right? So now, how does this startup minds can help to enhance the thought process on your platform?
Thank you so much, Anand. Just introduce EVBev as well, right? Just take 30 seconds to do that. Do you guys know what EVBev? Few people know what EVBev, right?
Everybody knows Hoegaarden.
Hoegaarden, Budweiser, Corona, Stella, the list goes on and on, right? It's the largest beer manufacturer in the world with over 500 plus brands across 100 plus countries. So I recently joined them from Target to lead innovation for them. I know we've had this discussion a few minutes back where we're having innovation team in itself questionable, right? Because you want to have innovation culture across the organization, and that's very true. So you see a lot of focus from captives, GICs, CCCs, and also Indian companies to set up innovation centers because they want to move from the cost arbitrage into a capability center model, right? And that's something that we have seen over the last 2 to 3 years of major shift that side. And that has happened because there have been so many successful cases of having leveraged startups to build innovative and disruptive solutions and solving for internal problems that they have been facing, be it client facing or your back-end operations. And some of the trends are noticed of late, right? That I think this will continue. What is the real innovation model? There's a lot of focus now going into internal innovation. How do you tap into the innovation prowess or innovative prowess of your employees and build that as a culture? So that's one. Two, when you're working with startups, gone are the days when you want to take them for a ride. I mean, be it VCs, be it corporates, the mindset has changed. If you know now that you want to really work with interesting startups and tap into their solutions or actually co-develop solutions with them as well, then you need to pay them for the time and effort that they're putting in. Only then will you be able to manufacture or bring great results out. So that's another aspect that I'm looking at. Third is, corporates are now allowing a team to sit out of co-working spaces so that they can actually be immersed or more immersed into the innovation potential of the country. These are some of the trends that I'm looking at, and totally agreeing with Rajesh on the B2B aspect, right? There's so much focus there. I think technology-driven solutions from a B2B standpoint is increasing so drastically. Having worked at Target, I've seen so many Indian startups work with the mothership in US and bring solutions
which are quantifiable beyond $20 billion in terms of transformation, digital transformation, right, that they're bringing in, including the ones which have been lagged against the likes of Pinterest from Valley or delivery-based startups, and they're still getting it out there. On the other hand, startup ecosystem is also maturing to the level that no longer are they just looking at solving problems that they think are problems. Earlier there was a time, and for a lot of time, right, and even now a lot of startups are solving problems that they think are problems, but from a corporate angle they're not problems, or they're not big enough problems. Corporates are looking for cheaper, faster, scalable solutions. Or time-driven. Time-driven as well, right? Cheaper, faster, so scalable solutions over there, which can enhance the existing process or disrupt the process to transform the whole area itself. And for that, startups are now focusing on doing a lot more research initially before they build out their product. So that's for me a very interesting area next year, the maturity of the startup ecosystem and the maturity of the corporates as well as partner.
Within, I think, the space you are in, I think it's such a, I would say, it's the most challenging in every aspect. Right? So, what kind of innovation that you are looking from the startup ecosystem? So, it's very, we entire, as Rajesh mentioned about AI, ML. So, there's a lot. Heavy technology is being optimized already there in that space. So what do you say about the startup ecosystem adding value to your industry?
I'll be very blunt, and I will not. I don't believe in polishing my words. So one thing which is very close to my heart is that we have done great work in last 20 years in startup ecosystem, but we still have only 25 plus unicorns. We have 1.35 billion people and 25 unicorns. Against, in totality, we are 1/5 of world population, and we are only 1/10 in terms of, so it's disproportionate. So, and innovation and creative ideas are again very elusive down, because so far in India we have not provided the standard education, water, electricity, shelter to all of our citizens. So there is a lot of common groundwork that needs to happen, and we need more and more startups in that space. And it's incremental, so at least provide all the basic amenities with all the companies. We have to make sure that the talent which is coming out from colleges should get employed. So more startups in the education system. We have to make sure that we don't waste food. So we have to make sure that the agriculture startups, so more production has to be done in terms of purpose and output. Corporates, they have to work very closely with startups. So we don't, like I said, we don't just use them for cheap or fast resources. We have to make sure that they also make money in terms of, and of course scale them from a global perspective. So it's just not a very easy thing. Yes, we have done a lot, but we are still, just touched the tip of the iceberg. A lot to be done. Understand that it's just not about exits. It's just not about creating unicorns. It's about that. What environment?
So in the ecosystem, so I just have a quick, kind of one giveaway or takeaway from this, startup. So what is that you can add value from your industry perspective, so that you all can carry forward and move forward.
I think when my previous avatar, I was heading the startup initiative of IBM India, and I used to run this B2B startup challenges, and it kind of became one of the very big aspirational challenge for startups in India, especially B2B. So I can give my insights about what I have done and probably how we can make this successful in this.
I think from a Saarc standpoint, and that's something that we were having a discussion on that a few months back, a couple of hours back as well. About 3 weeks back, we were at Saarc Summit, and we realized a lot of small framework community, right? We're trying to create a community or a framework for Saarc nations from the startup ecosystem. And we realized that, the other 7 nations in Saarc were not able to really contribute much. There was one person who runs an incubation center out of Nepal, one out of Maldives, and after that meeting, they were supposed to go and talk to the governments about what has been achieved over the 2 days of the discussions to create a framework. And to my surprise, India has abundant resources. India is far more mature than some of these other nations. So I want to leverage this platform whenever we do the next event to tap into not just their ways of doing things, but rather utilize those markets where our successful startups could also penetrate in and apply themselves there. Also, from a Nordic standpoint, right, for example, there's a lot of fintech coming from there, a lot of gaming tech coming from there. Can we look at some of the best policies of the framework that they created, best practices they created over and bring them to India? I'm not sure about the Saarc nation, but definitely with regards to some of the other nations where we have seen small population delivering amazing results, can we tap into those best practices and apply here as well? So, and EPNBev, of course, would be very happy to support that in any way. We have been working on 8 of the UN SDGs. On sustainability side, we're very, very open and, I'm looking at working with a startup on that. Similarly, there are a lot of interesting startups that I'm sure that we're going to meet and how we can work with them to leverage their capabilities and solve our problems.
Yeah, I think we have to create more customer-centric startups and craft an India 4 group from it. And we can learn from the technology from these partners and see that how can we adapt and personalize this for our consumer base rather than just applying something right there and one fit for all.
So you always been seeing the trend that where that we can expand ourselves. In the agri-tech, is one way that because most of the Saarc nations, the agri-tech innovators can actually expand. That's another advantage. This bridge can be a bridge. So, in the interest of time, I think we are wind up quickly. So, any questions to any of our panelists? You can take one question. Yeah. Your mic, please.
Hi, my name is Vivek. This is a question for Mr. Rajendra. You mentioned that you had AR and VR is coming trends. Can you give us an example of some of the trends that you foresee in AR and VR?
Rajesh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Some trends in AR and VR that you said.
Yeah, so I mean, the one that we are seeing is the augmented reality of putting up a mobile, and then you have some augmented information around that you can go about interacting. Virtual reality, I think many of you must have seen about training and having some models and using those goggles and then flipping around that particular 3D and stuff like that. But the next probably is going to be much more productized. So to give you some example, which I can foresee, and I already see a couple of them as VR and AR collaboration. So let's say if you are in Singapore, I am in Bangalore, and there's another person who is in US, and we are all putting on the hands on VR sets, and then actually we are collaborating with each other as if sitting around the same table, and then we can then induce one 3D model with the table, and then we can start working around stuff around that. That's one example of application of AR and VR. The other example is that I'm doing remote support of, like let's say you are an expert and I am an engineer working on a particular airline fault, and I'm working on a particular, so basically what you can do is that you can actually impose certain things on the parts that I'm working on and say that, hey, look at this particular machine part and then unscrew this particular screw in this direction, or maybe take this particular wire out, and basically you can just pinpoint those specific points. You sitting in Singapore and I'm sitting in Bangalore and working on it, but it's a troubleshooting case. So that's two examples of what I think I should be seeing some more interesting.
Thank you.
Another one, the medical field, AR is used most advanced way. The surgery has been taken using AR. So that's one unique AR applications. So thank you so much, panelists. And due to the time, we have to cut short. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Give it up for Anand for getting the best out of all our panel members in such a short time. Thank you, Abhay, Nitin, Radhish. Thank you very much. And Radhish, I think I would like to invite you once again on this. You'll be the moderator for the next session. And this one again would be an interesting one. Are the startups getting elevated or not? All right, Radhish would be the moderator. And we've got an interesting panel members once again. I'd like to call Shraddha I think she's getting in, all right. Meanwhile, I'd like to get Ravinder up on the stage with us. Ravinder, please. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Can we have Amit Gupta, CEO, Asianet News Network, former director at Nova Medical Centers Private Limited, former associates director at EY. And can we have Saarc Atul, VP and Managing Director at the Institute, to come up and join us on the stage, please. Thank you. I think Shraddha will join us in a moment. Meanwhile, I think we can get started with the amazing panel members that we have already. Go ahead.
So, I have already given my introduction, and Ravi has also given the introduction. Maybe why don't you give an introduction and request us to also do the introduction. So,
hi, I'm Amit. I work with Asianet News Network as their director and CEO. Asianet News Network runs a host of media channels. So we have Asianet News broadcasting channel in Trivandrum and Middle East. We have Suvarna News in Karnataka, Kannada Prabha publication, Radio Indigo, the international music station, and we are extremely big in the digital media space, which is asianetnews.com.
Sanket, I manage a branch of a company in India called Intuit. Intuit is well-known fintech companies from the US. The famous products are TurboTax, which is used by a majority of the people in the US to file taxes, as well as QuickBooks, which is an accounting program.
Great. So basically, want to understand how your specific companies interacting with, how do they engage with startups? So basically, I'll turn it over to you, start with Ravi.
Okay, so let's not start about talk about companies because it's one boring thing. Okay, there's a forums within that. A lot of hackathon happens. The largest hackathon. Let me tell you far more in which will directly. I'm an angel investor. Okay, so let's talk about why I would like to interact with a startup. What is my creed to do that, and how do I do that? Make sense? Yeah, that's better, right? Because that's directly relevant. Because on a serious note, most people over here who have come over here, they either want to get connected to get some kind of money or some kind of an advice so they can build what they're doing, right? So that's good. So I'm an angel investor. I invest in things which are engineering in nature. I'm a very small angel investor. Currently, my investment portfolio is roughly about $110 million. Hard cash is round about $90 million. That shows that I pay taxes, so I'm more willing to do that. Most of that return of investment has come from products which are related to aerospace, mostly in a product space of avionics. Most of these companies are less than $1 million companies. Valuations, I'm not talking about valuations. Most of them have less than 2 customers. Each customer have got deep pockets, and they have written contracts which are more than 10 to 20 years worth of life now. So in an essence, I'm giving you a different perspective, which is not catching up in India. That if you actually develop something, and I'll give you only one example in the interest of time. There is a kid, he's a 26-year-old kid. He has actually developed a compression algorithm which compresses data from an aircraft to ground. Okay, and there are only 2 companies who have monopoly in that particular area. This kid has done this compression algorithm. I'm an investor. He's a very smart kid, and his valuation have gone up. Every airline and every airport today is after him. So I look for those kind of hard core engineering products by engineers, because I am an engineer, so I understand only engineering. And my returns are, they come after 7-8 years, but they are hardcore returns. You can count them. And that's only, there is only, somebody was asking me outside, there's only one investment which I have done, which is outside my zone of influence or intellect, where I was lucky, which was one of the largest. So it's actually opposite. I basically scout for smart startups rather than the other thing which you were indicating, where startups will come to me. I do opposite. I am hungry to find people who are way more intelligent, who can make me richer and rich and richer and rich. So pure greed, pure greed, but only for products which I understand and hardcore engineering products.
Awesome. So I think the multiple facets to your personality: coder, pilot, rescuer, and angel investor.
It's not personality. Engineers who can build things and use those things. Okay. And now engineer who is in the midlife crisis. So the only way he thinks that he can get some kind of a retirement is basically find smarter people. So very, very simple for us. There's no logic or or very complex related to it.
So I'm a conformist, so I stick to the narrative. So I think the incubation system in India is clearly maturing. Everybody here understands that. Although I just have a few points there. I think everything is just being spoken of around the areas of tech, AI, machine learning, AR, VR, and everything. And there are many other hardcore sectors. There are many other, I would say, bottom of the pyramid sectors which are not being necessarily focused from an innovation or a so-called incubation thought process. Another thing is that from an India Inc. perspective, I see that there are a lot of accelerator labs, there are a lot of incubation labs which are platforms. But if you look at some of the very deep Indian companies, I feel that they are completely not paying attention to this. I'm glad that ITC Infotech, which Sushma mentioned, is focusing a lot on this. But there are a lot of great companies like Eicher Motors, Motherson Sumi, Mahindra, and many more, which also perhaps needs to encourage the next breed of founders, promoters in our country, because they are sitting on large piles of cash and ideas and opportunities, but that's not happening. But yeah, clearly this ecosystem has almost made an opportunity like T20 made for the budding cricketers, where you don't have to wait only to come in the top 11. So now there are multiple teams, multiple people get visibility. Forums like these are getting opportunities to people to network and kind of cross-sell. So yeah, absolutely excited. Been a professional all my life, and now clearly wanting to be on that side. So I've already conceptualized an idea, and I'm going to pursue that with a bunch of smart people, like Ravi mentioned. I'm scouting for. It's in the area of sports and sports technology. I would be happy to talk about it with people outside.
Why are you scared?
Your story.
Now you are an investor and all, you should be like an investor. Okay, sorry. So I know Rajesh when he was working in IBM, and I've known him for many, many years. And he still remains a very nice guy. Yeah, continue.
So I think you also are one of the pioneers in terms of...
Don't say anything, so just say what's the question.
I'm coming to the question. So in terms of helping corporates find innovations, I think they have been doing it since 2012 onwards. I think there were not many people who were doing it at the point of time. And in fact, when I was heading the startup initiative by IBM India, your story was one of the first help they were provided, and it went on to become a very large, massive initiative within IBM. So Shraddha, can you share in terms of how corporate innovation is moving in that direction, and do you see things as a successful initiative by corporates, or is it kind of mixed by some corporates are successful, some are not? What's your view on this?
So Rajesh, you know my views on this. So is that I feel it's become very noisy and very fashionable these days to have these startups, and most of the corporates don't care a damn about startup innovation and all that. I think it's a charter which comes from US, and you have to see numbers, and you all sometimes I feel all these corporate accelerators, it's nonsense because they do demo day, उसमें से किसी एक company का भला नहीं होता है. So like mostly, and that is a data point. I'm not talking just of the stuff, and I think and it's okay, it's interesting because you need to go through all these journeys to evolve into some kind of a semblance, Sushma said, is very interesting that you work with only 1 or 2 companies or 3 companies which will ensure that something happens, and then I hope that we reach that state. But having said that, one thing which I would say is both to the corporates and startups and everyone is like, the biggest chase in the startup ecosystem I feel in the last 3-4 years has become the fundraise, and I think that should not be the narrative of success. So I don't think so. We have still seen success, right? Product success, or what Ravi is saying, deep tech success and all those kind of stuff. So yeah, and it will come, and that will only come when startups start believing in themselves and saying, okay, even if the investors don't give us money, it doesn't matter, we're going to build the first prototype ourselves on our own merit, on our own word. Smart engineers should have a lot more smart confidence in themselves rather than go door to door to meet investors or corporates. Because corporates and investors सब chase करेंगे. ये मेरा मानना है कि what Ravi saying very nicely, that if you're extraordinary, they will come chasing you. They will be behind you. They are like desperate to look after you, and that's the thing that we have to talk a lot more in India. And that's I think. Yeah, because I think somewhere we are all to be blamed because we have made the narrative of success for startup not anything else. We fundraise करेंगे. I'm so jealous of सारे $1 billion unicorn. I hate them. I hate them because 10 साल के बाद we have a sense of failure. Sometimes देखो, they have to get their valuation. So today I told my investor, हाँ अभी भारत देखेंगे हम 250 million, then I do 500. It's a great thinking. The thinking cannot be that, and that is something which has to be driven by corporates, it has to be driven by investors, and more importantly, the control has to come within a balancing power play in the relationship has to go back to startups. And it doesn't have to be controlled because look at the returns which investors have given in India. In the last 10 years, we don't have phenomenal returns by Indian investors. So what kind of investments happen? If you ask investors, they say startups अच्छे नहीं थे. Startups से पूछो बोलो investors सारे इतने निकम्मे थे. And उसके बीच में अब corporates आ गए हैं. Then we will take you global. तो भैया आप इंडिया में तो बनाओ market सही. So I would say it's a interesting time. 2018 ends. There is a lot of realism. There are a lot of interesting startups now. People are realizing that okay, fundraise shouldn't be the be all and end all, and we'll get there. क्योंकि मेरा हमेशा मानना है ना हिंदी बचपन स्कूल में सीखा था दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करें. इंडिया में स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम में सिलिकॉन वैली की जय करें, इजराइल की जय करें, चाइना की जय करें, फिर कहीं ले लेके अपनी एक दूसरे को तो we can't tolerate each other, right? Like we hate, everyone hates each other. So while we celebrate that, we need to celebrate our own stories. We need to appreciate that, and to answer your questions, I think corporates will have to do a lot more than the song and dance that they do with the demo days. There has to be a little more, like Sushma said, more very heartful engagement, sincere engagement to ensure that I'm going to walk the mile with you. And I just don't feel that the corporates can walk the mile until they know what it means to be a startup. Right? Like you can't, I find it strange when some of the investors call you for a 5-star, to have a meeting in 5-star. बहुत सारे startups पहली बार 5-star में जाकर और कॉफी का पैसा भी नहीं देते इतने investors. Even that is expensive. So those basic level of realization have to stand up, right? And that's how, and we're getting there. It's good time, it's interesting time. I love that we are all in India because I think India's good times will be defined by startups. I completely believe that. That's good.
Very well said. Ankit, would you like to talk about Intune and startups? Is there a way to engage in startups and
after what Shraddha just said, I don't know if I want it. I'll just mention a couple of things. Okay. So one thing is that prior to Intuit, I was with Oracle, and I started the startup ecosystem for Oracle. Decentralized here, not in the US. And we launched it right here. One of the first people I met was Shraddha.
Logical choice.
And then it went over the world. Very happy, but I do agree with Shraddha that a lot of these numbers on various spreadsheets that people like to showcase. And are the startups truly being helped? I don't know. So in Intuit, one of the things we've started is something very different. It's not an accelerator, it's not an incubator. So the fundamental mission of the company, Intuit, is to power prosperity around the world. Before I joined, I'm like, my goodness, what a lofty statement to make. But the company lives that mission and the values. And so our goal is, it's a two-pronged approach. So one of them is, majority of startups end up failing within the first 3 to 4 years. And a large part of the failure is financial mismanagement. It's not fraud, it's just not knowing money in, money out, paise khatam ho gaye, kya karenge, right? And how can we help with that? So that's one of the things, we have some competence in that area, so if we can help in that area, it'll be great, setting the right foundation. And the other part that I found in the past 3 years, talking to many startups all around the world, is that the most important thing for a startup is the next customer. Where's the next dollar coming from? And if you can help them gain that market, I think that's the biggest contribution you can make. So that's our mission. So it's a two-pronged approach. One is help them get customers. A lot of the startups are fintech wannabes, so we can help them. We can help them become fintech companies and set the foundation. If you're able to do that, and the thing is, when we measure our success of this program, well, another program conceptualized right here in Bangalore. But when we measure success of the program, it's not by revenue earned, etc. It's mostly by the number of startups we've helped along the line of prosperity. So our actual metrics come in 2 or 3 years down the line. If they survive and they're thriving, we're really happy.
How do you measure the customer connects that you're doing, and the customer connect has been successful or not?
Yeah, so you have to teach them how to do it. You can't do it for them, right? So for us, our product has, the product that we have in India, has 3.6 billion users around the world. And we give you an opportunity to create your app or port your app onto our stuff. It's very easy to do within an hour. And with that, get exposure to all of them. After that, it's up to you how you do it, right? So I don't think we should spoon feed the startups. I think that's the wrong thing because then they get used to it. Our goal is to just teach them the right things and see what they can do.
How do you
Time up.
time up हो गया? Okay. Oh, let's see. Okay. Alright, so maybe last question.
We've got a question from the audience. Please, time is already.
So basically, I want to know, like, elevating startups and stuff, when you have a known face or a known person or an ex-startup, challenge startup, guy checking up another one, it's so easier to raise one than a new face or a new person or somebody who does not have faith or like not a friend face jobs that really trying to start up something. So, any views on that?
I don't think so that having a precedence or having necessarily a pedigree matters that much. I think the way the ecosystem, that's my view, the way the ecosystem is evolving in our country, if you have a compelling idea, I think the most of the people, the mistake they say is that they don't start with a why. You got to start with the right why. Why are you doing what you're doing? So if that why is very crystal clear and then you have some kind of a trajectory around it, I guess it will find its feet. And again, the funding thing is, again, it's something which is very important in India. And I incidentally heard a very interesting anecdote recently from Sadhguru, that why in India funding is very important. Well, Indians have seen the highest level of abject poverty. There is a recent report from an Oxford scholar that we were looted of $43 trillion by the Brits. And that $43 trillion is of the valuation of 1600 to 1870. So as a consequence, the generations like all of us have grown in a degree of poverty, or for the lack of a better definition of poverty, gradients of poverty, wherein for us money is so important. So the way we look at money and the way some of the other startups in the various parts of the world look at money is very different. So how important and objective fundraising is for any startup is a matter of personal choice. But necessarily that you have done a previous thing and you have a face and you have a reputation does not guarantee and does not also gets you a check, to my mind.
You know, having said that, if you have given a return, then you will. Like for me, it was a very good example of Mukesh Bansal, right? Myntra got an exit to Flipkart, and idea आया, मुझे idea समझ में भी नहीं आया. But all the investors put in the money, and when you spoke to the investors, they said he has given all the investors who participated, Axel, IDG, Kalari, all of them have got a return from him, right? So tomorrow, if you have a pedigree, of course, it gives you the entry point. It will get you the meetings from the top investors, Udan, all the ex-Flipkart guys in 1 year, 2 years, 1.5 years, they are $1 billion. And when I asked them, Lightspeed growth, and they themselves personally put that kind of money initially, they had their capital, and they have become, in 16, 18 months, they have become a $1 billion company. So, you know, if you have that pedigree of not face, front page se kuch nahi hota, I told you, front page is a very tricky page. Because that front page can ruin you so desperately, so you should beware when you start coming in the front page and be aware of that. Because front page is in India, across the world, a very tricky space. It's not to do with front page, but it's to do with pedigree. कि अगर आपने प्रूव किया हुआ है या आप सेकंड टर्म भी हैं, CXO हैं या CTO हैं या जो भी हैं, you have proven something and you build that relationship, meetings. You ask any investor, they will say the meeting will be easy. For example, I built relationship with Ravi, and now if I want to meet him vis-a-vis you, I think he will give me meeting easily. But I think he'll give it to everyone. But you know, if you build, that matters. But having said that, your next round, the writing the check, all those things will again prove on your why. So it's a combination of both. And having said all this, I know 3 people, don't want to name them. They are very big celebrities, by the way. Every investor wants to wine and dine with them. I know that they have not been able to get the check, the next round. They have not got the next round because the investors are not, you know, they're friends. The investors are not putting money because they think that from this space they will not be able to make returns. So it's both sides of the coin. I think it's all said and done boils down to your pedigree and how you're able to sell that and get that across to the investor you're pitching to. That's what matters. So we got money minded with them. Who will become richer, richer, richer. So if we can convince that, then any investor in the world is going to give you the money. Yeah.
I'll just add one quick thing to what Shraddha said. And this was in a conversation I had recently with a group of startups. You know, the most important thing as a founder startup is networking. You have to get to know a lot of people. The reason somebody who's a celebrity it works is he or she knows a lot of people. And then the second most important thing is learn to ask. Don't be afraid to ask. Right? The combination of those two things is extremely powerful.
Are you raising money or what?
No, we just talking about the first step. I was actually talking about, like you said, they are not able to raise the next round. But for most of the startups who are actually having to take the first step itself was a pain. And like I think Mr. Sanket said earlier, abroad, if you're starting the same or a similar startup as well, your funding at the seed stage is at least 10 to 12 times more than what you're expecting here for a seed. And your seed, and like you need the demo, once it is proven, then only it goes in. Otherwise, it is not really an idea to a product stage. Most of the cases, I'm not very 100% on it, but most of the cases, especially when you're the unknown phase, that is when you come up with that.
Now you are provoked me. I don't buy that. Seriously, I don't buy that. श्रद्धा हिंदी में बात कर रही है, हमारा दिमाग थोड़ा हिंदी में चलता है। आप हिंदी समझते हैं? थोड़ा अंग्रेजी में बोलेंगे, थोड़ा हिंदी में बोलेंगे। आपने प्रोवोक किया तो थोड़ा हिंदी में बोलेंगे। अगर आपके पास में एक अच्छा प्रोडक्ट है और अगर आपने उसको अपने हाथों से बनाया है, तो ट्रस्ट मी उसको बेच सकेंगे, बिकॉज आगरा में जो मेज बनाता है वो कारपेंटर भी अपनी मेज बेच सकता है और वो अपने पैसे से बेचता है, वो अपने रिश्तेदारों से पैसे इकट्ठे कर लेता है। और क्या आप अंग्रेजी में बात कर रहे हैं? Is a kid, he is 24 years old. He has created, I'm giving that same example. He has written that compression. Barbara, who is CEO of Sita, and a very important person whom I cannot name, but you can Google him because I'm going to give him you an exact hint, who heads Rockwell. Is really after that particular kid because he will erode 99.8% of the market, and I'm the only investor. And I searched him, and he told me that I need only this much of money, and I'm not going to willing to give you an equity. This is what I'm going to willing you, my terms, my product, my skill. And he comes from a middle class family. His father is a retired school teacher. So I don't buy your argument. I don't like this whole notion which is in India, and that's why you have provoked me, that I need investor to success. Why do you require an investor to success, to get a success? Why do you require that? I seriously question that mentality. You have your hands, man. You have your brain. Okay, you are way more important. Investor needs you. You don't require investors. Trust me. Trust me. I don't buy that.
The classic example says Byju's. For the first 7-8 years, Byju's people didn't even know. They were running out of tin sheds. When people came chasing to Byju Ravindran, because what he had created in EdTech, and rest all the points cannot connect. So I guess your own delusion is important.
I think Byju, CPO Rajit is here.
Sorry. I mean, it's in all good respect.
Yeah, and then I think probably to raise money when you actually need it, not just
Yes, that is very useful. I just wanted to clarify the point.
And with that note, a round of applause for the wonderful panel. Thank you.
Thank you, Radish. Give it up for Radish as well for moderating the entire session. And to all the panel members, thank you very much for sharing those wonderful insights. Before the next thing happens, there's a bit of surprise at the end for everyone who is coming. We wouldn't want you all to leave. Now, we have a book launch. Post the book launch is when the surprise will be unveiled. For the book launch, we have the author himself with us. Can we make some noise for Srinivas? He is the head of blockchain business and program director, PGP Blockchain Technology. Srinivas is a continuous learner and an IIT, IIM alumni. Give it up for Srinivas.
Thank you, Jason. Already this year, and it good to be in front of such a large audience. So I am actually an unusual technologist. 15 years of my career. After my engineering and management, I was a hardcore sales and marketing fellow. I was head of marketing for Ray-Ban for 4 years, where I really learned how to tell stories, sell your products. We used to sell the Ray-Ban to both males and females. Females we used to say not a pen, but real men. We used to sell Ray-Ban for people who are young and also very old, 50 years, but we say for people who are attitudinally 25. So that way I learned a lot of stories and motivational stories. 4 years I was there, then I became an MD of an IT company for almost 4 years, BSc listed IT company. That's when I got heavily into IT, and then I was heading the IT of, I was CAO for 1,000 crore logistics company. And I was always fascinated about telling stories. At the same time, I was always fascinated about technology, and I was always hugely motivated by Mrs. Shraddha ma'am. Right from the time it was started about 2008, 2009, I think roughly around that the same time when even 10 years back when Bitcoin was launched as the first application of blockchain technology. I've been watching both these things, and somehow it is just a coincidence that I was always fascinated by these two phenomena, whether it's your story as well as about Bitcoin. And when I was in Apollo as the head of IT, we got into blockchain technology. I got very much interested in blockchain technology, and then started talking about it, started writing about it. Then a lot of people used to ask me, what is blockchain, what is blockchain, what is blockchain? So I was so vexed with everybody, explaining to everybody in the sense that we write a book on blockchain. Then when I went into blockchain, then I said, blockchain, everybody, 1 year back, all the conversations were around just Bitcoin and the rise of Bitcoin from almost nothing to $20,000. So that's when I said, this Bitcoin, blockchain is not about cryptocurrency or just something, which has gone up to 20,000, tomorrow it can even come to zero. In January, when I was doing a program, one person asked me when it was 20,000, what do you think about Bitcoin? I said, tomorrow Bitcoin can come down to zero. I just made this statement. And even in Cxo Sigma, when I did a program on Cxo Sigma, I think I was there at that time, people first question asked me, have you bought a Bitcoin? That was the first question even before I started my workshop. They asked me. Then I said, I don't believe in buying Bitcoin for the sake of it. It's just a medium of transfer. If you want to use it in a short window, it's fine, but not for investment. So at that time also, I said, let me just explore this entire concept of blockchain and put it in front of everybody in the form of stories. So that's when I said, if you go deeper and deeper, you find the phenomenal stories behind it. The story of, Mirai boat attack, okay, the story of Saarc attack, or the story of chain reaction attack. So many attacks, it's just like a warfare, So the world is going to be attacked by so many cyber criminals in the future with IoTs going up more and more and more into billions. All these things are vulnerable devices. So the only way in which you can secure all these things is by technology, something like blockchain. So that's what I wanted to bring about. In fact, 3 days back, I was doing a session on disruptions being brought about by blockchain, and one old person, 75-year-old person who was educationist, he came and told me that, it was an eye-opener for me because all this while you were just thinking blockchain is cryptocurrency, and now you could understand so much about various types of IoT attacks and how blockchain can actually, guard the world against all these attacks and help, this entire explosion into this entire automation in the future that's going to happen in a safe and secure manner. So that's when I wrote this book, Blockchain World Story, and I got very much encouragement from Shraddha Madam, Your Story, and they also called me, and I did an article for Your Story as well. And that article which I done for Your Story, in fact, they got charged 1,000, 2,000 rupees, but they gave it free of cost and reached a lot of people, and it made me very famous. It made my book also very famous, and it was picked up by even Chinese people. They translated it into Chinese through artificial intelligence because they were in a hurry to get it translated, and they launched it in September, October. And then I was also, I started getting a lot of offers and everything from all over, and finally I joined a company in Kerala. They called me, written out stories about blockchain. Now you come and implement all these things. So I've been in the thick of implementation of all these various blockchain projects in Kerala. Almost, I think in the past 2 months I've been looking seriously about implementing about 10-15 solutions. That's when I said that Bitcoin's blockchain's 10th anniversary is coming on January 3rd, 2019. So I wanted to really explore all these use cases that have been coming up in the past 1 year. The Bitcoin has come down from $20,000 to almost $3,500. But the number of use cases of blockchain has gone up phenomenally. The developments that have taken place in the blockchain ecosystem, now everybody started talking about different applications of blockchain, whether it is, whether it is for farm to food sort of scenarios, or whether it is even storing 3D printing imagery manufacturing applications, or whether it is for supply chain, or whether it is even for pharmaceutical, whether it is for documentation management system. Yesterday, I think a few days back, people have heard West Bengal has created its first birth certificate of the blockchain. So many applications have started coming up, and a lot of evolution has taken place. And I wanted to capture all these things, and that's how I wanted to launch the second edition, and I wanted to launch it on 3rd January 2019. That like Shraddha ma'am is coming, and it's a great opportunity to launch. It is something to get here, and he got you, Shraddha ma'am, make me come here. So she is coming here, and it's a great opportunity to launch your second edition in front of us. So yesterday at 10 o'clock, I bought my ticket to Calicut, from Calicut to Bangalore, and this is printed. First 10 copies are printed today in Bangalore, and the publication is going to print only on January 1st. So I got a few copies, and this is my first edition, and there have been, I think all of you, whoever has been authors, know that people don't, it's not so easy to buy, and it's very impossible for getting reviews. So luckily for me, there have been 71 reviews here, and everything is 5.5. I think one person has been 4.0, now it is got 5.0 because of some images he could not read this level 4. So total averages have been, stories have been well accepted, and I've read a lot of stories. Some people read, I think some of you have read it, so you'll understand the entire story of Bitcoin, how it has come about. So luckily people have bought it, so far nobody has disputed it. And now I'm launching this second edition. It's going to be way totally different from first edition with lot more real life use cases. And I myself am proud of it. What it's going to cover and many more, deep, evolution continuing for me. I have Saarc here with me. I just want to introduce the 25-year-old boy. But he has already created a blockchain startup story. And he has made real life production applications of blockchain. And he has also read my book and he got in touch with me, and we have always been discussing blockchain. And some of his, I think, experiences have also been captured in my book. He has helped me in that because it will benefit all the people who are going to implement blockchain in the future. So it contains a lot of real life, applications and implementations of blockchain and what we are going to do in the future. And one big use case is, I think, which we are going to implement in our own company. We have a 1,000 crores, our parent company is a 1,000 crores construction company. So where we found a lot of digitization is going to be done. So digitization has to be done. In that case, we also need a lot of IoT is going to be used. So we try to implement blockchain to secure all these things. And we are going to do even artificial intelligence and decision support systems we are going to implement. So all these things, he is also been implementing in one of the construction companies, and we are going to implement all these things. And these all have been captured in my book. So it will be a very, very interesting, I think, resource for the people to learn more and more about blockchain. If people have learned the first one, second thing, I think I'm really hope people will appreciate it a lot. It doesn't go above the people's head, maybe talk from a high level. And I thank Shraddha ma'am for giving me all the inspiration. She keeps touching the lives of so many people without knowing. Maybe I never spoke, but she always inspired me. And I think once we spoke and when I went to her office, I think it was a great time we had. And I still have very good memories of that. Thank you. Thank you, Nelson, for giving me this opportunity.
For the launch, may I request Shushma to come up on the stage. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Ravindra, Sanket, Shraddha, and Amit Gupta to come up on the stage, please. Thank you. Well, this is a moment of pride. That's because every product that we buy, most often than not, you would see made in China. And here, we've got one of our Indians selling books in China. Imagine, give it up. It's a moment of pride for all of us as well. Let's congratulate him. Shraddha, if you could please come up. And Ravindra, if you could please come up. Right time. Oh, we're waiting for both of you. Okay.
Sir?
Alright, if you get together for one picture. Congratulations and all the very best.
Successful organization action. I carry the stories of lot of real life stories of successful. But that would have called me your previous books. I would have probably written 24 pages. Thank you. That was long back.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Srinivas. All the very best to you. Thank you. Alright, that's the last bit. I know that post 9, if anyone stands between you and the dinner, they are your enemies. I can sense that, alright? So, we are not going to hold you back. Before I get in, the man with a lot of fire in him for the last time. Give it up for Nelson for the surprise that we were talking about.
So, as he said, I didn't use Shraddha because all the first email is only went Ashish, Swati, and all my jury with Nitin, but only they named it. Last 2 days, we informed the final confirmation who have been allotted. We are not sell anyone, that's the same. Everyone email got the email, so you might see the list of jury and panelists. Only last 2 days, only I used Sangeet sir confirmed, everyone confirmed, to ensure who are the people going to be on the panel for the confirmation people. And why I call Srini sir, I know through my mentor, and even Srini sir is going now also mentoring me now really lot. And Karthik, I know him last 3.5 years, a friend and a kind of a person who come and help me a lot in my life support. Always your Machan, right? So my Machan is the only guy. So now we coming to the end point. We didn't tell anyone that we want to actually appreciate and I want to also acknowledge what they did in the ecosystem. Not because of they did today, there are around 14 plus guest of honor. But we have brought 8 guests of honor today for something really we want to acknowledge what they did for the ecosystem last more than 5 years, 3 years. I personally observed their work with a couple of my core jury. I done a report and we want to reward them. I request Sushma ma'am to on stage to present. So this man is a very big, he made the battle business into $1 billion business. PC Mustafa, I seen him more than like 3 to 4 years. A brother, and I always reach to him whenever there's a problem, there is an issue. Even recently, why not was in a trouble. He actually got it from the COC. He was on there helping the people with all the support. And I always see him very down to earth. I never seen, whenever I call, he pick answer. Whenever I ask some clarification, doubt, what he answered to me. Unfortunately, there was a family commitment. He had to travel out. So on behalf of Mustafa, I think Shailendra is here from GM Marketing from ID Batter. So Mustafa Bhai is receiving the Inspiring Entrepreneur of the Year for 2018. So I request Shailendra to come on stage. Thank you, Shailendra. I hope and the word to Mustafa Bhai. Hope we catch him before December. Thank you. And we have one more inspiring entrepreneur of the year for the female. Can you bring in the slide? Niveta from Trashman. Unfortunately, Niveta was not able to be here. He and Saurabh committed to come, but they didn't turn up because we didn't tell anyone that they are receiving award here. We didn't say that they have award. Not even. We very kept very clearly that this is not to pull the people here for only for award or the name of anything. So I kept like the way. So Niveta is not here, but still I'll ensure that award goes to her. And there's another man for the next founder of the year for 2018. He created grocery. A lot of people first believe to buy the electronic gadget, everything on the home delivery, cash on delivery. They made a change. But this man made people daily items to buy through online and given the quality. So give it up for the founder of the year, Hari Menon for Big Basket. I think on behalf of Hari Menon, we have Anand who is a very good friend and also partner with him in the crowdfunding Saarc Cxo. So I put answer to receive on behalf of Hari Menon. So he's stuck with the biggest state Alibaba. They were in back-to-back meetings, so he's just stuck, but he conveyed the word. And next. Anyway, this woman is very always, she said she is mad, she is rock star, she not able to accept anything. But I have to accept her that she was the founder of the year. As a woman, she did a lot and she made a lot of founders successful. I request Shada Sharma, the year story founder and CEO on stage for this. We request her to attention. Okay. Actually, next is Rajendran. Rajendran has to leave because we didn't say about awards, so he booked the flight ticket at 10 o'clock to return. So he had to leave. Rajendran, in the last 2 years, he visited more than 25 plus universities, met a lot of students, inspired them to be in ecosystem. He created the vibe. You might see him in most of the talk shows. He creates the energy everywhere. And even though he has the most power and running a SaaS industry Zoro, but he always gives the time for the community. So we want to give the spotlight of the year. And he doesn't know, but we told the surprise coming to your home. So he will get the offers. Again, sir, my boss, I was working under his leadership. And a man I seen from Microsoft to EMC, the pinnacle of experience, never been again, a leader, how to be, I seen from him, I worked under him, and I was part of leadership, all the initiative. And he had to, still yesterday he was to be here, Sanket had a conversation with him, he missed, he had to be in Mumbai for emergency. Definitely, I think me and Sanket will go and meet him for a cash and we'll give on behalf of you all guys. And now, next man here, he always, I know about him, but Archana told about a lot about him to me. We were observing him the last 2.5 years in his ecosystem part, creating a startup program. We know how he forced into it to get startup programs to be done. A lot of people don't know, but he especially want to put a lot of startup initiative. And he was really made his team to be actively run. And I think a head of startup ecosystem can go and speak to an MD, say that boss, we want to do this. He's a man, go and say. And I really privileged to give to you, sir. We welcome you. So the set of experience was taken for 70 seconds. Thank you, ma'am, for. So I request Sangeet to be on the stage. Yeah. So this special award is going to one person. I don't know whether he is here. I found him. Good. So we were having, Amit was giving a very good thought. And yes, Cxo, it was a game changer in the ecosystem. And behind that, the Chief Product Officer, Ranjit, is getting the District Innovator of the Year. We welcome you, Ranjit. Made the time. They just raised fund. I know what pressure is going through, but he made the time for us to do it. Next person, Guru Bhatt, he was just about to reach, but there was a customer issue came. He sent an email. Mentioned customer is very important. Unfortunately, I'm not able to be reached. When I'm reaching, this problem happened. So Guru, definitely we will be catching up and we delivered. Guru made PayPal an exemplary run. From Chennai, he made to Bangalore. He created a very big, kind of an amazing move. I've been watching them from the start incubators and the innovation cell and what they're doing in the industry now. Now, this man, I like to call Sushma ma'am back on the stage for ma'am, sorry for the ones, don't mix. Yeah, of course, ma'am, sorry. So unfortunately, I planned an award for him, but he gave him an award. I don't know whether it's going to be as a compensate, but I seen him, what he's doing in the industry. He was part of incubating. He made the hackathons innovative. From the hackathon winners, they made the product development. To be honestly, he take the step forward and he do it. And if really important, he will fly from Seattle. I can make it happen there. So I'd like to call Ravinder and Ravi. So for Thief of the Year, for 2018, it was small token, but there was nothing for him. But I'm going to call Ravinder now here also. So, this next man, last 4 years, trying to create the hardware and contributors towards the biohack and lot. He was here, I don't know where he is, I tried to reach his phone, and Pawan, who was the Workbench co-founder and CEO, under Alsu metro station, he built an amazing set where you can go and do your 3D printing, you can make your laser, everything. If you don't know, you go there, they will help you to train and you can work around with it. And 4 years, he battled to make it happen. And every year in Bangalore, Hyderabad, makeups are done by them. And just recently we did it along with them in Hyderabad. 10,000 footfalls and supported by teamworks, and these are being done amazing work. And Pawan is not here, but definitely it'll boost. But the next person, we know him from Hotstar. Now he moved to Reliance. So basically, I don't know whether he's going to come with next. I don't know what idea. So I like to call Ashish Nishant to receive the Tech Leader of the Year. He made amazing work with Hotstar, contributed time to community, been mentor for more than 20 hackathons with us, and always there for even a whole day with us. So before we go to the next slide, I want to tell about him. He being around every industry. Now he's even part of a fund and also handling a big media. I heard his talk more than 4 to 5 times, a sensible talk, and we've seen people carry out from him. And he always made sense in the industry. And he always listen to people and make sense, he will do it. We request Amit Gupta on stage for Leadership Impact of the Year. So here, we don't have any big people, so we think you all the system leaders. Thank you, Ravinder. So, there's a last one award. This is to gratitude, and also I tried reaching to the person before even 15 to 20 days. But I know God raised last month turned around my life that she made here. So, I'm not person to give, but the team of GSS Saarc and Cxo Summit want present. So I like to call Anand sir, the Chief Strategy Officer of GSS Saarc, Vinay, CMO of Saarc, Josephine, TPO of Saarc, and also we request Abhay and Jitin Bhai also please join with us. So this is our gratitude. She done extra big stuff, and I don't want to tell her. I don't even. So even Swati don't know that I don't. There's a surprise for her. So that is a surprise. We want to give it to you, ma'am. Please join with us, ma'am. Ma'am, with a small token. Thank you very much.
Really admirable person. This is just fabulous. I would have helped you whatever way I can, even without this. Okay, and I was just sharing that with people. But I gotta admit this, you got spunk, and I think you're going to be just fabulous in sort of getting the startup momentum to a much greater height. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Nelson had asked me to join for dinner because he said there were a couple of startups that wanted to talk to me. Unfortunately, I won't be here, but I'm very accessible. You can, connect via LinkedIn, whatever you want to, and I'm happy to help you guys. Yeah, thank you.
Ma'am, there's like a group picture with all the gatherings, and we request all the guest of honor and the core team basic to be on the stage for a group picture. Hello? Oh my God. So that's my aim. I'm building a platform. I don't know Accenture people are not here, but I want to build Indian Accenture to a platform to bring everyone together. Yeah, Patrick and Lisa, sorry, Lisa, please. Ankur, sorry. Ankur is the chief business officer for Saarc. I'm like, we didn't bring the name here, so I'm sorry, I'm told. Bye. One, I request each team, Nitin and Reshma also to join with us. Please, guys, come in. Because I think they didn't have to push any business, but they only tell you do, please support. And I never brought anyone. When I brought them, and they took care of everything. It's very, very good program. Thank you. I request you for one minute. So, this entire event done by 4 people, the 4 teams, including my startup company too. So I like to acknowledge them also. So for the Phoenix team, I request to stay back. We have something to competition to give it to you guys. We request both Phoenix team to come both. So the partners, we want to recognize them, not just because they partner with us. So we have a small memento memory of this day. And I request ethical paper team, I request them to be on the stage. So they're also being part and helping us to run the show. Thank you. And I request office team. They were helping us to complete and get the show. Without you guys, we can't do it. Thank you so much.
This comes as a surprise to me. Thanks. Glad to be a part of this initiative. We are from Ethical Paper, where we produce, manufacture, and promote paper which is called ethical paper, which is 100% recycled paper, where everybody talks about paper, which is obviously when you go saying, save trees or save water, save energy, etc. You achieve all these 3 things by using ethical paper, because it is the only India's 100% recycled paper. Thank you.
I have copies basically. Okay, that's kind of perfect. Ma'am, before, so there are the 2 teams. I request Fame Technologies team come forward. There is a 3rd startup, mine, which run by a group of 20 to 25, and they are the leads. They run independently, they work. Only I give the project and they execute. Currently, they are building 4 products in AI-based technology. So I request Fame Technology team come on stage. We don't have momentum. We want pictures, but you know. And there's all guys are like B mechanical students, but they head the HR marketing. This is all our end team. We found them from intern and we built it out here. And I request if guests of honor, Sanjay, Amit, and Ricardo first. Sanjay, you like to join with our team? Amit, sir, you are the former director. Where's Joel? Look. So they are the pillars. If I am not in the office, Joel B mechanical that head the marketing and media for me. Roop, MCA grad with the mobile and machine learning expert here the operation for us. So these are my leaders who run the 55 people team. stage. So they are the Indian marketing, the last one, and we are done with the show man. So brand to brand team, without them, we are not able to done entirely the setup, run through, and even they will do call different disturb you guys. That's all the hero. So I welcome brand to B2B. So Vinay is the founder of the brand to be, and they take a lot of initiative to bring a lot of energy-based people to run a show and all. Take it out. Sir, I told you, video is that. So that is Vinay, that is the stand. So thank you ma'am, and now the dinner and bar open. Now our time to do proper networking to share the knowledge, and we will contact you back to reach and then get the support from you guys. Full team.
Take that. Let's watch it. Bro, copy this picture. Just copy the picture of the George. Good, sir.
Take care. Thank you. All the best. We
That we can edit. See, this part was there, right? We can edit that. You know what to do. Next time I go to in charge of social media, I want to look at everything. I am not sitting. I learned it's already There. Yes, sir, all done. Done. Group, sir. One giveaway is there. It's a giveaway is there.
So he's going to work with me in US and he's veteran in one of the veterans. All together, this is my thought. Actually, successful on one hand, that will manage. They don't know that I just up on them. all real life stories are based on me. That was we ran an advertisement. And these are some smoothies. That was like Virginia. They were sold. It was printed through one of the companies. This one. Hot topic, hot topic. People wanted something, something to read up there.
Hey, how are you? How is marriage life?
This is Ravinder Singh's. I'm keeping it here. Someone is charging. Are you sure you want to stop the streaming? Okay.